Now we got part 2 of the build. We got our favorite used graphics card that we're going to test. It is the MSI GeForce GTX 1660 Ti. Right? Low profile graphics card itself with the HP. Definitely actually get used to external stuff, especially with gaming on the NBA 2K25, role-playing games, Call of Duty, Final Fantasy, you name it. Basically get everything tested out to make sure everything mainly runs smoother, so we'll see how that whole thing goes. And then once we actually get that stuff done installed, we'll definitely test out and definitely test the game frame rate within the games that we have. The shooting games as well as the NBA 2K games and Madden, to see how fluid it can basically run. So let's get on and popping, y'all. There you go. This is a little bit sharp right here. So let's see if we can plug this in. Get a little rough draft here. This is where I put this guy. This is where we're gonna have it. Yep, right there. Just up in the center. This is where we're gonna have it. So let's go break 2 of these guys. There we go. Just a little bit tight and tricky. Need some tougher pliers. So let me see. This may need the screwdriver to pull. These guys are like a heavier pliers. Let me go run and get some pliers. I'll be right back. Alright, so these 2 pieces, what I'm looking at, these 2 pieces right here, gone from inside. Now we get to install this little bad boy. So let's go install this little bad boy here. This is for the marbles. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Just like that. Just like that. Alright. Now this has to align with this bad boy so I can give it to be smooth. Should tighten. Well, it's not tightening. Don't understand why it's not tightening. It should work. See, we got all the cornets in there to make sure it comes in smoothly. Yes, sir. Now what we need to do next. Now these guys, this is meant for the graphics card to be placed. It's meant for low profile. So since it's only going to come by and it's not going to actually go in as much, these are going to be specifically for the SATA cables. So what we need this new power voltage here to connect with the PCIe there. That'll give us enough juice. So let's go plug it in and see what we get. And now it's supposed to be this way. We're supposed to flip. And this is supposed to be coming to the bottom, which it will. Boom. Just like that. Once we get that plugged in, get all this stuff installed, we need to find a place to actually hold the bad boy. So we can push this down, push this away, have this pushed to the side, and then put the cards back. And once we get all that stuff done, it's going to be a freaking smooth masterpiece. You just have to actually find a way actually how to latch this thing together, which it should latch. I don't know why I wouldn't, but it will last by the time, once everything is locked in, it should last for sure. So let's clean up, and then let's get some stuff tested.
Alright guys, after actually doing a lot of testing out in various games, and I ain't gonna lie, it's definitely a lot of fun here. I mean, you see all the games that you mainly see up on the left that I mainly put up over the past couple weeks up on Steam. Literally living it up down to the core, and I actually enjoy them a lot. You know, most of the games definitely run very well on the 1660 Ti for sure. But whenever the graphics come about, they mainly utilize all of, you know, the GPU and all of the storage with the GPU, if not over, and it could be at risk of literally shutting down or actually having a kernel panic or actually crashing. And this is a big issue that I have. If you try to put it on 3860, 2160p like 4K, you do 4K gaming, it could be at risk, and especially when you deal with all these other feature models that are coming out in years to come. And definitely Nvidia and AMD, Intel no longer selling these types of models anymore due to the future of gaming and everything else, and all you're limited to is like the 30 series, the 40 series, and the 580, you know, whatever it may be, that deal with Intel Arc, right? So you're limited to those things. So what I did, I also bought the 3D Mark to actually try and improve on the benchmarks when it comes to the graphics. And I am actually going to do some installation when it comes to Steel Nomads. So let me try to actually install this now, let it run. And I'm also going to deal with the CPU profile as well in regards to the processors, just to see actually how well they mainly run. So it's definitely, it will take a while. And these is the CPU that I'm actually currently dealing with, and the GPUs I'm currently dealing with. Yes, this NVIDIA 660 Ti will be replaced. I will refund this for sure. I'm gonna refund this definitely later on today, because I know right now it's definitely midnight at the time of this recording. I already have another new GPU bought, and this is gonna be the 3060. The GeForce RTX 3060 coming out, and I forgot the name. I believe it's Seahawks Gaming or something like that, but they got it at Micro Center. I'll definitely show you the box definitely later on in this video with the new box once I actually get it. But I will be refunding the 1660 Ti because I know it's been a week of having it, and it's definitely okay. But my main concern with this, again, are the future games that I may have to get, that it may not be able to hold something of this magnitude. And if it does 1080p gaming, great. But what if I do a low VRAM with newer models or newer releases coming out of Steam? And that's my word, because NBA 2K25, they want a certain VRAM, minimum 8 gigs of VRAM. God of War, same thing as well, minimum 8 gigabytes of VRAM. Otherwise, it's not going to run properly. That's the big reason why I unfortunately had to replace that GPU because of that. So, as this continues to install, I'll definitely get back with you guys in a bit and we are going to test the benchmarks in regards to our CPU, my CPU, excuse me, as well as the current GPUs that I currently have up in this HP PC. Alright, so let's go test out the Steel Nomad and see how this works. Yeah, it's taking its time. Let's be doing this business. May the Lord be with me. Oh man. Oh man, this is crazy. I'm looking at the other end. The memory is actually half of my RAM is actually being used, actually recording this stuff, so it's actually taking its time. So as it continues to actually deal with the installation, I'll let you know about the results once this whole guy is literally getting done. Alright? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, these are the results here. Let me go save them. Let me try and make sure I get this right. G-Force. Let me save that here. And it ran the way it's supposed to do, and you're seeing the way they clocked, and its Nomad score was like 12.43 frames per second, and they said the average was 1305, so it basically was below average based on the graphics that were definitely shown. So, and that's with the CPU right there. Now the GPU, they have the clock for 1965 hertz, and basically use definitely almost all of the, literally all of the RAM of that GPU. You see the frame rate being like 12, going off. GPU temperature is going at 56. CPU is actually cooling down. The load, this is the big concern as to why I am literally trying to trade in the 1660 for the 3060 later on today. So the load is literally 99% on the 4K, right? Based on the frames per second. And you see the clock frequency coming by, and you see all that become consistent. The CPU load is very low, but the GPU load is extremely high, which is really, really concerning for me. So let me see if I can try and do a stress test on this and see if I could try to run this and see how this goes. So let me try and run this now, see how it goes, and we'll we'll see how it runs. Alright, so this is the stress test results from what we saw. Loop is the first loop, that's the best one. The worst is 16. But the frames, notice they started to decrease as time went along. And you see some of the dips here with the clock frequency. GPU clocks has been consistent. Frames per second has gone down per every loop as it continues to be consistent. You see the detailed monitoring with the frame rates going up and down. I'll see it up there. So let me go save that again. Yeah, so now we got that in there. Detail, GPU temperature. It started actually getting a little bit hot. More 80 degrees. CPU started cooling down. GPU load is definitely as mass coming to the brink of utilizing all of the RAM. Now, some games could require much more VRAM than what I currently have. This is the main reason why I have to return and trade it in. But you see all the information that's definitely here, and I have all that stuff fully saved. So it's going to be real interesting on how the new GPU, it looks like, from what I'm seeing, 96.6%, basically it did not pass the stress test. So basically, according with the system has to achieve frame rate stability of at least 97% to pass the test, and it was really close to passing, but it really never really actually came close to passing given the situation. So yeah, this is 31 basically for like older games, but newer games it's not going to be in great shape when it comes to this GPU. So we will be upping to the 3060 range, up into the RTX, and we'll see how that runs definitely later on up in this video. Alright, so let's go shopping. Okay, smooth right now. Alright, so we are back in Micro Center to actually return this little bad boy and trade this in for RTX 3060. More powerful unit, 12 gigabytes worth of VRAM. Definitely a little bit more smoother in performance. 175 wattage GPU. Should definitely be in like very great shape to actually handle the power supply that we have. I know this one is definitely not in good shape to actually handle feature releases, especially when getting like 1080p, 4K, all these things. So that's why, unfortunately, we have to return this guy here right now. All right, I'll see y'all shortly.